Hey guys, this is Nicholas Belanger coming live from Gateview Studios, and today we have bad communication.
What's up, fuckers? This is Colby from Badcom. I play guitar and I sing and yell and make a jackass of myself night after night.
So where are you guys from? Or I guess where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from Hamilton. Originally, I was from Burlington. I moved here when I was 7. You can tell by the fact that I don't know how to skateboard and I have curly hair. Yeah, that's right. This is the second time, so I'm gonna still say the same joke. I had this prepared. So yeah.
So then what high school did you go to?
I went to Sir Johnny McDonald.
Yeah, and how was that?
It was great. It was actually a really, really good school, and I'm very thankful for a lot of the teachers that I have for putting up with my shit, and actually allowing me to graduate on time.
Yeah.
Glenn McQuestion, Michael Moore, sup. Those are my music teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put up with me, so. Yeah, good guys.
Did the music program help you in your music or no?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Michael Moore, my music teacher, absolutely. He hated bass players. I was the bass player in the class. So, but I did everything that I could do for anything that had to do with bass clef at the time.
Yeah.
I did jazz band, concert big band. I did both academic and applied class at the same time. You know, you don't really need to do it, but I did it just because there was just different pieces. I made sure I got all my electives and all like my prerequisites. Made sure I got my prerequisites out of the way in grade 9 and 10. So by the time I got 11 and 12, I just basically got to overload my credits with more music.
Yeah.
So and drama. So that was what I did. But he's the first person that kind of taught me that like as a rhythm player, like how in tune with a drummer I actually had to get. And because I did bass for so long, applying it towards guitar later on, I still play like almost like a bassist would play with to guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like with Badcom, having Will in the band's been very awesome. Wilson Northcott, who couldn't be here today due to work. Ooh, work. But he's a very blues jazz drummer. So I kind of come from that background. So when it comes to playing and how he plays, he knows all these beats and rhythms like you would almost find in big band, classical, swing, and jazz. And I know all these is it working.
Yeah.
I see you looking at it.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Yeah. So it definitely did help, yeah.
So did you meet all your guys from your band at high school or no?
I met Peter Bogle in elementary school at this place that's no longer around in Hamilton because we torch all of our fucking schools here instead of actually investing in them. I met him at Sanford Avenue when I was like 11 years old. We had home period together, and he was probably the popular kid in that class too. He's a really funny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't really become friends until about grade 10, 11. Back, that's kind of when he and a bunch of my other friends I've done music with for the years got interested in music, and he just exploded with guitar.
Yeah.
Like, used to dub himself Peter Sweep Tap Bogle because he was really into Buckethead. Like, I was really into Buckethead. I got everybody into Buckethead, and then they got way more into Buckethead than I did, and Paul Gilbert and these big guitar guys like Andy James and so they really took off with shredding. And Peter's actually probably one of the better shredders I know.
Yeah.
But plays bass because he just all of a sudden like he never really wanted to do the band stuff, and then all of a sudden when it kind of got into like, hey man, can you come play bass? We just need someone to play bass. Like, sure. And now he's kind of taken it in the last few years and just completely fucking owned it. And he's applying all the guitar nerding out onto bass, and it's awesome because he's like, in a year he's taken the pop and slap style, and it was a little gruff. And now it's like kind of really fucking cool. He's really taken off with like applying funk, pop and slap, and even hip hop. He's a big hip hop guy, so he's kind of combining all those things now. And for Badcom, it worked so well.
Yeah,
just because he's got the funk and like the swing and all that stuff, and like being a bassist myself and being a guitar player, and him doing the bass now and being a guitar player before, like we just vibe really well. Like every time I have a project, I always go, hey Peter, can you come play the bass?
Yeah.
Or honky tonk piano. He's really good at that too.
Really?
Really good, yeah. He's really good honky tonk. He did it as a joke and committed for years.
Yeah.
And it's like the weirdest thing he pulls out at parties.
Yeah.
He'll just like sit there and he'll play like the Thomas the Tank Engine theme. And you're like, why do you fucking know that?
How do you know this?
No, he just, probably a lot of pot and some time on his hands.
Some time. So have you guys been in any other bands or no?
Okay. So currently I'm in a band called Full Dead, as well as Peter Bogle. That's kind of like one of our side projects. That's a 5-piece metal band. Peter Bogle also does another project called Fury of the Prime Machine. I think he's got a single coming out for that in the next few months. He did something through Mohawk College. They needed a guinea pig, and they picked Peter, so they made a wild fusion funk rap thing with just like shred guitar. Those are some of the members from Full Dead and that doing this crazy weird thing, and I sat that one out. Our guitar player Matt Rockingham plays in a two-piece called the Flying Buttress with Elio. I actually don't remember his last name. Sorry, Ellie. Sorry, beautiful-looking man. But he plays in that two-piece punk band. That's really great. And Wilson Northcott, he comes from the James Alphonse band being the big one. I know that was one he did, which was sort of like a pseudo cover band, but also put out a record that got some like Juno nominee things.
Really?
Yeah. So Will's got a little street cred to him that is kind of bizarre. I know he's got some weird thing to do with that, and that's more his business than it is my business. But he's been a drummer for a bit. He did. I know he did some other punk band back when he was younger too. I think, it was called, or he did a punk band. He did another band called Safety Collective, who we played a show with at Che back in July for a cancer benefit fundraiser. Went towards the Cancer AIDS Society. So that was kind of neat to see that. To see actually Will play, or Will's old band open for us was kind of like, it was like a really cool homely moment. But we all kind of come from other bands. Like we're kind of like, alumni bandists.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So I guess before the podcast, we were talking about Monkeys with Machetes, right?
Yes.
And you were saying you put out a record with them, or a CD, my bad, and it didn't go so well.
The CD itself didn't really go so well. Like like after we put it out, I mean, like the band kind of fell apart pretty much right away. I had put on a tour, and we did like the first day of it. And by tour, I mean like 7-day stretch, so it wasn't really a tour. It was like 7 days of playing. Yeah. And we did our first show, and basically, this is the most like stereotypical sad like breakup band moment, but like we had all of our gear at the show, like everything, and I needed to take some of my stuff home, so we packed everything up in the van, like everything that's at the studio, everything. It's raining. Yeah, it's fucking raining. It's September rain too. Like it's just really as cheese as you can fucking think about this. And they dropped me off at my freaking place, and it's in the rain with all my gear, my pianos, all my amps, all my stuff. And they're like, "So man, this is it for us. We're out of the band." The bassist and the drummer at the time was like, "What? Like we're supposed to play in Toronto tomorrow and then Kitchener." And they're like, "What the fuck do you mean we're out? You just bailing? Yeah. What the fuck?" Like I was just devastated, and I fucking forgot my keys, so I was stuck in the rain with my fucking gear, just being a sad sack of shit. Yeah, calling my dad, going like, "Dad, I forgot my keys. My pad broke up with me. Like I was just
come pick me up.
Come pick me up. Gonna be in." It was bad. I was like 19 years old, 20 years old. And we'd gone through some shit together, and it was really unfortunate that that's the way it went. We just like started picking up scene too. Like it was really shitty that after like 3 years of being in a band, and all of a sudden like we kind of got like a little following. It was kind of super fucking cool. Yeah, it was like everything that like I had and they had been working towards, we're starting just to get there. And I don't think maybe they did. I can't speak for them. But like, there's a lot of sacrifice when it comes to being in a band, and I don't think they realized that it would cost so much and take so much time. Yeah. But that was that, and that was pretty unfortunate. So I'm basically sitting on like 1,000 CDs at home. If anybody wants an oldie out there, they're really? Oh yeah, I packaged them, printed them, and wrapped them, and like heat sealed them myself. DIY as fuck. Yeah.
So were you like the band manager? I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, I did a lot of everything, dude. I still do a lot of everything. I'm unless somebody else does it better than me, then I'll keep doing it. Like,
how do you live that lifestyle of managing? Let's talk about the current bands. Like, seems like you got 2 current bands going, a job, a girlfriend. Like, how do you do it?
Organization. No. It's yeah. Oh fuck, man. Literally, it's you need to. I've just gotten into the hobby of delegating, which has been very nice. I'm very thankful to have. Yeah. At least when it comes to Full Dead, like we have this guy Thamadeos Theodoros. So you say that fucking name, eh? Ted, we call him.
Yeah.
But Ted, he's one of our newer members in Full Debt who's taken on some of the more business side of it, printing, working at logistics and mathematical stuff that I should not have been in charge of to begin with. I still do like a lot of like the artwork, the digital artwork. I'll make the promo posters. I'll send a lot of emails. I'll still book gigs and stuff like that. But having somebody else in the band to kind of help do that. Justin and that band too has kind of come back from Europe with some new spark in them to try to help. So it's kind of nice having that. When it comes to Badcom, everybody kind of picks up the kind of role for booking gigs. Having Matt Rockingham in the band too is like he's just one of those guys that just wants to constantly play. Like I'm like that too. That's why I constantly try to play. Yeah. So he wants to do that too. That's why he's doing the 2 bands and stuff like that too. So it's been pretty cool to have that, and it's been very freeing as to before with our original guitar player and maybe the original setup. It just wasn't. It was still just kind of me, kind of like, okay, we should do this, and it's just been like, I don't know, if I have a half an hour, it's like, well, I might as well pick up a guitar. So like, pick up a guitar, and now I'm writing a death metal album with another guy, and I think like music is kind of like a lot like getting tattooed. I think you don't need to do it all at once, and you can spend a lot of time doing it throughout your life, depending on however long that is. And you should just, all these ideas you have, you can do them. You should just always be working towards doing them. You can't, I don't think it's a good idea to just say one day I'll do that. It's like, no, you should just slowly fucking work towards doing it. Even if it's like a little bite here and a little bite there, eventually you eat the whole damn thing.
Yeah, everything takes time, right?
Yeah, like it's just how it is. And if I didn't do what I do now, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be having this conversation, just because like I need to do it. It's therapeutic for me, and it keeps me out of trouble. So less free time for Colby, the more I'm out of jail.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it keeps it busy, right? You know, and you love it, so why not do it?
Yeah, and so long as my body allows me to do it, I'll keep doing it. And so as my brain allows me to do it, I'll keep doing it.
Yeah. So, you were just in the studio, right?
Yep.
And how's that going? Where were you guys recording?
We were recording at Boxcar off Cumberland near Gage Park, and it's going fucking awesome. I haven't been into a studio this nice since probably 2009 or 10. But it's been a great experience. We've been working with this guy, Sean Pearson. We thought we were coming in for a couple songs, and now it's more or less like, we're going to do 8. And it's more of like a very good live off the floor mix with some dubbing. Yeah. So it might not be a record we put out. It might be an EP. It might be a really good demo. It might just have a name, and then we'll make shit up as we go. But like that's kind of where we're at with it. But it's just been awesome. I really recommend it to any band out there that just kind of needs a good experience for recording that may not be metal. I wouldn't be a metal band and probably go there. I would probably throw that in there just because it's there's a lot of pianos, a lot of nice little pretty things in there and stuff like that. For all I know, maybe Sean's a master at deathcore. Like, I don't know. You can crab slam to that all day. But like when I was there, it just has this really cool vibe. I got to use I did a vocal session, and it was really neat to have the staff that was there actually take an interest, because Sean didn't even need to do this, but he was like, we're doing a couple of runs at a song, and he's just like, that was really cool, but can you try to push a little more? And the guys started vocal producing me a bit. It's like, I really like it. You're just kind of like, just need a little more of this, a little more. Keep going until like, like cry, just cry, just cry, you pussy. And then it was just cool to have somebody to do that, because I actually went in by myself. And it was just nice to have somebody and have an actual opinion that wasn't just like, okay, we're recording, click. Okay, we're still recording, click. Yeah. So like, it's just like, you put some care into your music, right? Yeah, it's been really cool. It's been a very nice experience. I guess our drummer too, Wilson Northcott, like he knows Sean from back in the day, from being a kid. I guess he's maybe done work with him. I don't really know. I wish he was here to kind of talk about that, but he's stuck at work today. Work. But it's just been awesome. We actually just got our scratch tracks for the vocals back today, and we're gonna go in, I think, either next week to do backup vocals, and I might go back in to just kind of fix something for the guitar. We're calling it the final edit day. We're gonna set up the vocal booth and the fucking guitars and all that stuff one more time, and then that'll be it. And that'll be like 3 days of instruments and then 2 days of vocals, and that's all we're gonna do. That's
Yeah.
the record we're gonna get. That's the time we have. Like some like people put out records, they take months sometimes, and we had 5 days, which is more than I think I've ever had.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice, but also at the same time we're doing a live off the floor kind of style, with like you start with a click and then you go into it, and it's been kind of, raw, which is perfect for us. So like
Yeah.
I like it not sounding 100% polished, because I think our band's just much more nasty than that.
Yeah.
We got some gross songs, and if you play a gross song pretty, then you're not doing it right.
Yeah, it's confusing, right?
Yeah.
Who's doing the backup vocals?
So mostly Peter Bogle.
Okay.
He's been doing backup vocals for that band since the get-go, but recently now Matt has been doing it, and Wilson's a great vocalist too. He's like a little Shaggy Eddie Vedder. He's got a little thing going.
Yeah.
So we just don't actually own enough microphones because we're so fucking poor. So it's like, if we had 4 mics, we'd have 4 vocalists for sure. We had 4, like all of us would be singing for sure. Like
Yeah.
I would do the mains, but like Matt's just getting into. He just borrowed a mic from a friend, so he's starting to use that for adding just like a little extra oohs and ahs. And,
Yeah.
And Wilson can actually hit a pretty decent falsetto, so we actually have some pretty neat songs where Will's actually drumming at the same time while doing singing, which is pretty cool. I didn't think he wanted to do it. He's like, no, I don't really want to do it. And he's like, hey, give me a mic today, and he just does it flawlessly because the guy is just broken. Like,
Yeah.
he's just awesome at what he does. And
Yeah.
then he's like, yeah, I could just do that. He's only ever done it a few times, and I'm just like, okay, so we're gonna get you to do that in the studio, but we got the vocal track, so our next rehearsal is actually gonna be me basically doing more of a vocal session with them, of like practicing our harmonies and practicing backups and stuff like that. Which I've never had to do with anybody before. I don't think they've had to do ever. So it's a little bit of a learning curve. So it's new. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Are you guys releasing this music out or putting on a CD or vinyl?
Like I said, I think we're definitely not vinyl. That shit's too expensive.
Yeah.
CD for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Whether it's just gonna be something we give out to, like, if you come to our show and like you actually showed some interest, maybe that's how we'll come up with like a sock with several caricatures of people in the crowd, and we'll give them a CD.
Yeah.
Unless we really like the recordings, like, man, it's still all up in the air. Like, we haven't even done the final thing yet. But like I said, I just got the scratch on the way here. I heard our one song, Stagger, I'm really liking right now, so I think I want to put that one out for sure. Because
Yeah.
it's like, it just sounds gross. The song's gross. It's all like about like stumbling back from Che Burrito in Hess Village and just getting the shit kicked out of you and throwing up. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. And for that song to sound the way it does right now, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be like super
Perfect,
clean.
right?
No.
So you got a release date or no?
No, none yet.
Nothing.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just how it is, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. We've been using an old demo from the Monkeys and Machetes days as our way of getting into shows right now, because we actually rewrote a couple of them a little bit. So that's been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got any upcoming gigs?
Yeah.
I think so.
I have like, oh yeah, my calendar is fuck. I actually just asked that question today. Halloween, I think we're doing with Rat Parade.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're doing that.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, we're doing that with Rat Parade over at the Doors. And then I think we're doing. I got this date wrong for sure. I think it's like the 22nd or something in November. We're doing Sun Kings and something at the Corktown.
Yeah.
That one's a little. I'm hoping. So basically, this record will be done apparently by the end of October, and then whether we have it ready and printed by then, hopefully you can get that at that show. I don't know. You just gonna have to show up to the show to find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But yeah, I know we got that so far. For some reason, people think we're a Halloween band, which is weird. So people are
Interesting.
So people keep trying to book us for Halloween parties.
Huh.
Like, yeah, Casbah tried to, Absinthe
Really?
tried to, yeah. But we already kind of had the one, like, Rat Parade asked us like a month ago, and we're like, yeah.
Really? They did it last year too. It was good.
Yeah, I like those guys too. They're nice guys.
Super good guys. Sorry, do you guys have any out of town gigs?
Any out of town gigs? No, last one we played was at Sneaky D's. That was interesting. Toronto's weird.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Toronto's a weird scene. It was a cool night of music. Like, I definitely dug it, but from what people are into, from who I know in Hamilton to what out there, it's a completely bizarre world. I'm always just like, fish out of water. Hey, we're from Hamilton. We're janky as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I almost like fought a guy in the street over a pizza at Sneaky's.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I hadn't eaten. So okay. Here's the difference between, I think, the Toronto bands and the Hamilton bands. If you're at a Hamilton gig and you do a sound check, you have a time limit of 15 minutes, sir. And if you do not do a 15-minute sound check, you do not have your shit set up out right there, you are fucked. You need to have that. Yeah, well, like generally you should. That's a good thing, especially if, like, say some of the back lines provided or whatever. Like you should know how to set up your rig in 15 minutes. So when we went out there, and it was kind of bizarre because and the venue was totally for it, which I'm down for too. If I figured I could take a 45-minute fucking setup, I would have done 45-minute setup.
Yeah, why not, right?
But yeah. So these two bands that came after us, they took it was all leisure, and we're like, what? Like,
hurry up,
guys! The sound guy's gonna get mad, and that's gonna throw up the mojo of the night. Like, you gotta go. Like,
yeah.
Like, no, it didn't. Like, the sound guy was totally for it, and I was like, what? Like, we rushed. Well, actually, we didn't really rush. We were actually the last we were doing, and then we did 15 minutes. We were garage, honky, all rock, like, you know, so long as you can hear what's happening, it's fine. We're not like these guys. Some like one guys were using acoustic, so I get that a little bit. But then like the other band was just like doing the same setup as we were, so I was like, I don't get this. I don't get this at all.
Yeah.
But excuse me, 45-minute setup. I was just like. So we came early to Sneaky D's because we were talking about nachos for like 2 weeks. Like, we're gonna fucking eat nachos, man. We're gonna get shitty drunk on PBRs, Jameson shots, and eat nachos. I'm fucking excited. And so we're sitting there. We're there like an hour early. We're like, it's cool, man. We're from out of town. We came early. That's good for us, man. Yeah, we're out of town. Fuck yeah. Okay, we're here for our first out of town gig. Fuck yeah. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you know, bands are running late. We're like, okay, whatever, man. We're here. We're the out of town band. We're fucking stoked. Okay, are we on first, or who's the headliner? Headliner's gonna go first? No, the headliner's not setting up yet. Okay, cool, whatever. So the band after us sets up. We're like, okay, cool. And we're like there, like 15 minutes past. I'm like, okay, like I'm getting hungry. So I have a tapeworm or something like that. Like I eat a shit ton.
Yeah,
I eat a shit ton. It's really gross. It makes my girlfriend very uncomfortable. It makes my dad proud. I don't know. It's just really weird. But like I'm getting hungry and I get hangry, and so I'm just sitting there like I'm like, okay, is this band gonna go? Is this band gonna go on? Yeah, this band like are they done? 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This is the first band. And I'm like, okay, are we on after these guys? The headliner not doing one? Like maybe they're late, whatever. And I think the guy ended up coming a little early, like so we had to wait like 20 minutes after the sound check to go do the sound check, and they're like, hey, guys, don't leave just yet. This other band comes on, they do a 45-minute fucking sound check, and I'm like, dudes, I'm hungry.
Let's hurry up.
We're supposed to the doors open in half an hour. There's not enough time for nachos. And I'm so mad. I'm getting so fucking triggered. And I'm just like, man, I need to fucking eat. I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna put my fucking head through a wall. Like I hadn't eaten in like 4 or 6 hours. And like that's not a lot for some people, but I need to eat. So I was just like, fuck. And finally, we get to go on, and it's like 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool, done. I'm angry. Gotta go. And I'm like in the street, like Matt, who's from Toronto, is just like, yeah, man, there's a great like sandwich shop across the street. Like, it's cool, man. Like, it's fine. We'll go over there.
Let's go to it.
It's all, man. It's like they got avocado there. Like, it's great. Like,
it's all, dude.
It's all, dude. So we go to this place. The guy literally flips over the close sign in front of me. I was like, no,
what the fuck?
You don't get the fucking close right now. The guy's like, no, and I'm like, I'm getting belligerent. I'm like walking like a half a block ahead of everybody, falling behind. I'm like, and then someone's like, Colby, there's pizza, and there's nothing around. There's a convenience store. I'm wondering how many convenience store shitty muffins I can eat before a fucking set. And I'm just like, all right, fuck it. So like, I get 2 pizzas and shit like that. I'm like, I'm gonna get 2, and the guy's like, oh, there's one here. I'm like, I'll take it. I'm like, you sure it's been there for a bit? I'm like, I'll eat it.
Whatever, give it to me.
Yeah, pretty much. And I fucking ate it. And someone's like, can I get, maybe we can split. I was like, no, this is mine, old lady. And I fucking just ate it. And I ate the whole thing. And,
Jeez,
and I gave the other one to the other guys to split. And I had a couple slices of theirs.
Yeah.
And then we went and played a show, and I was pizza greasy. I try not to eat that stuff before a show because it's like never, like, I think you should never eat pizza, never eat shawarma as tempting as it is, because shawarma is delicious and so are gyros. But like that shit is just fucking asshole burp fuel. Like you're gonna be like singing there, and this one, next one, you're just gonna burp that shit out, and it's gonna be fucking disgusting. Like it's again, it just happened many times, especially stuff with garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting Toronto experience.
It was really weird, and like, God, we got paid nothing, and we brought like
That's pretty
everybody
shitty.
from Hamilton too. We actually brought like 15, 20 people from Hamilton, which is nice. Like, like Hamilton turned up for sneaking, but it's a big room too, so like they must have had to rent that, or maybe had a thing through their thing. But it was still like, I wouldn't trade that experience for the world.
Yeah.
Wouldn't ever. I gotten to play Lee's Palace before, and it was almost kind of somewhat the same old, just being a new band and showing up and like at a bigger venue. It's like, well, fuck, maybe I should go play Hard Luck a couple times, or Collation in the basement for a bit, before doing this. But
yeah,
it was hey, I like to drink here and I get to play.
And I get to play.
Fucking cool. I was still. That place is still fucking like heaven to me, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like Big Che. I love Che Burrito in Hamilton. That's my home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you say the differences between Hamilton and Toronto are? Like what music scene do you like better?
Oh, I don't really know too much about Toronto. I can't afford to get there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no. And luckily enough of them are coming here. I don't need to go far anymore. So
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. My favorite are the Hamilton people to go to Toronto and then go from a Hamilton band to a Toronto band. That's my favorite, but that's what you got to do. So, and it's just a big city, and there's like, you can play Toronto fucking 4 times a week and still not play most places around there. It's just a huger demographic.
Yeah.
But I think Hamilton's just cooler because it's more tight knit. Like you've been talking the last little bit. We've talked about several bands. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, that band. Oh yeah, that band. Yeah, Rap Parade's fucking cool. Oh, yeah, Rap Parade is cool. I play with Rap Parade.
Yeah.
Fucking Barrel Rejects, Rap Parade. You guys. I know you guys. I've known about you guys for a while just because of Matt. Matt's always had like, oh man, they're just like these dudes and they just go at it hard. Now they're starting the studio and this podcast, and like now I'm fucking here. I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I was really hoping that they would be here today, but like Matt's, dick deep in trouble or some shit like that, and fucking. Will's at work, and Peter's probably in a different dimension by now if he's hanging with his brother. I don't know. But, hey, I'm still here. I got to go to death metal practice after this, so.
Oh, fuck yeah, right?
Yeah, might as well come have a beer and fucking talk about music. Shit.
Yeah. So, do you like the Hamilton scene? Like, you were telling me that you're big into metal, right?
Yes.
So, is there a good metal scene in Hamilton?
No.
No?
No, not one that's very predominant. I'm really big into metal because of the Montreal metal scene. I am born into a family that really likes metal on the male side of the family. I have 2 cousins who are twins who basically got me into metal, and also my 3rd cousin Julie. She was also in the metalhead as well. But like when I was a kid, they put corpse paint on me when I was like 10 as Dead from Mayhem. And I got my first shock of black metal and all that stuff at a very young age. And my one of the twins, Dave, he was really into guitar. He was in a band, touring, all that stuff, right off the hop. Really, really, really fantastic guitar player. Sweet picking, fucking monster, Les Chugs, like all that shit. And then after a while, his twin there, Paulo Blaze, he actually sings in a band, used to be on Victory Records, called Blackguard, and they're just wicked metal band. That was actually when I first saw him do vocals. I was like, holy shit, I want to do vocals for a band, because like it just looked like he was having so much fun. He was just like, he was literally picking people up out of because he's a big dude, he's a big fucking jack stack guy.
Okay.
And he was literally picking people up out of the crowd and throwing them into the crowd.
Holy shit.
He just did not give a fuck. And when I was young and trying to like be into music with them, they were kind of like in their 20s and like, yeah, whatever, man, like, yo, metal. And they're kind of this a little bit more of like a cocky attitude.
Yeah.
And as I've kind of gotten older and they've gotten older, like, it's young people be young people and shit like that. And same with me being young, like, I don't know anything. Do you like Ozzy? Like, oh, for sure. Oh, Randy Rhoads, dude. Wizard of Oz? Sick. But, yeah, Paul and Dave, like, turned into, like, yo, man, you got to go for music. If that's what you like, you're doing a good job. And it was, like, really inspiring growing up. And because of, like, that scene and what they were into and what they believed is more of, like, this kind of European-style metal scene than what you get in Hamilton. Like, when I think about Hamilton metal bands that I have liked over the past, like bands like, Skynet being probably my favorite. Like, I love that band when that was around. I've actually done some recording with their guitar player and stuff like that, too, because of that.
Yeah.
Like, It's not really that kind of European style metal though. It's kind of got that new modern type like gent flow. There's some more chug. There are the kind of more European style bands like Profaner, Lothario. I'd even say as far as maybe get bands like Active Sin, they kind of can even float with that a little bit. They kind of got a little bit of the more new metal vibe, I'd say, in some parts. But like, you know, those bands have been kicking around for the last like 3-4 years, ever since, you know, I remember playing metal with Full Dead now. Like they've always been a part of the scene. There is definitely so much more that I'm missing when I say that, but those are the ones that have just been in my periphery in the last little while because we've been playing with them and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, that whole kind of style scene. Yeah, I don't know. I like metal a lot more for going heavy MTL, and I go to that festival religiously. It's just kind of where I get back to zero, and it's more of like a peaceful thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, I went there this summer, and it was just awesome. And because I have my cousins, and because they're so involved in that scene out there, and they played that festival, and they do that shit, so I get to kind of see it through a different eye. And I'm just very, very blessed to have that in my family, and it's just been really cool. And because of that, I've gotten into all kinds of metal. I've done a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
I've done everything from black metal and death metal. I'm now doing you know, I've been calling it like techie metal, but it's more like apocalyptic space metal. Like it's like kind of thematic and what's weird thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre. And now I'm doing the rock band Bad Communication and all this other stuff. So it's been cool.
Has any of your bands made it to Montreal or no?
Oh, fuck no. We're supposed to go, but one, we had a bail. Two of them we had a bail. We're supposed to go in the summer with Crooked Hollows for, Crooks Hollow for one of their little tour runs. They're doing like a run to PEI and back. And they had asked us a few months ago during that Cancer Society show.
Yeah.
They were one of the other bands that opened that night. Great fucking band, too. If anyone's listening, they got to check them out. But they asked us to come, and then we kind of forgot. And then all of a sudden they're like, few days too, like, hey, can you guys come up for a couple shows at Crowbar, which is next to one of my favorite bars in Montreal, Hurley. So I was like, oh man, I want to go there. So we just go rip fucking, you know, play some shows and go have some, you know, have some whiskey over at Hurley's with Michelle. Oh man, my favorite bartender. You got to go there, man. It's great.
Oh, of course.
It's good stuff. When you guys finally get out there, go to Hurley's. You'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard about it from I'm in a Montreal like Facebook group chat. I hear people talking a lot about it.
Cool.
But I mean, yeah, I'd love to get out there.
Oh yeah. Solid French onion soup.
French.
Get you through that 7-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, other than that, do you got any social media that people can reach you on?
For Bad Communication, you can find us at Bad Communication Official as the hashtag for all that shit. Facebook, I think it's Bad Communication Official again. We're gonna be putting out more of like probably a Bandcamp, or I think we're gonna do Spotify if we do decide to put out a couple songs. So that stuff will be on there.
Yeah.
And you can find me if you can figure out how to spell it. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Zombie Voodoo Magic, and it's spelled really. It's really fucked up how to spell it, so you won't ever hear from me again. That's that's how that is.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, man. Thanks for doing this.
Really appreciate it.
Keep it going, dude. This shit's fucking essential.
All right. Thank you, man.
Cheers.